Welcome in, YouTube family. Today we got a nice little video for you. By no means am I going to say I'm a professional at selling cards on whatnot, but just a little couple tips, I guess I should say, or key points that I would focus on if you are moving to selling cards on whatnot. So I put down here 5 main bullet points that I kind of want to talk about in order to feel like not be successful, but just, I guess, move in the right direction as far as selling on whatnot. So first off, we want to go over quality inventory, right? So the big thing, I think bullet point 1 and 3 are going to kind of go hand in hand with each other. But the first thing you want to do is make sure you have quality inventory. And what I mean by that is if you're selling cards, you don't want to necessarily be selling base cards on whatnot. You want color, you want the eye appeal, you want numbered cards, you want auto cards, you want memorabilia cards, you want stuff like that in order to be selling on whatnot. I remember when I first started, I thought that I can come on here and just, put a bunch of base cards on here and people are going to buy them up. You might have some people that are looking for base cards, but you got to think about it. Whatnot, there's a bunch of collectors and resellers on whatnot. So the biggest thing is anybody can get base cards unless they're the hot known rookies. No one's really looking for that. They're looking for the numbered cards, the 1 of 1s, the numbered, the short prints, the case hits, stuff like that. So that's what we mean by quality inventory. And I'm actually going to go to bullet point number 3. And because number 1 and 3, I feel like really are like hand in hand, competitive pricing. So with that, I'm going to say this. When you start into whatnot, especially when you don't have that many followers and you have a couple people in the room, if you're going to be just selling singles at set prices, just know that your sales are going to be really low unless you have pricing that is below comps, right? So go on eBay, go on 130 Point, Card Ladder, all that stuff. You can see what cards sell for, or have sold for in the past, and you can go to comp. So usually what people do is resellers are like 75% of last comp they're buying them for. And the biggest thing is hobbyists. You want to find somebody that collects that card. It's going to their PC because they're more willing to pay top dollar for that card. So with that, have competitive pricing. So if you know you're not going to start cards at $1, sudden death, do auctions like that, just know that your sales are going to kind of take some time. It's going to be far few in between because you got to find that right person that's going to buy that card for the price that you're willing to sell it or let go of it. Just make sure your pricing for that card is kind of hand in hand with some of the competitive last comps and stuff like that. And what else I mean by competitive pricing kind of goes with quality inventory is you want quality inventory, but you make sure you're not buying your inventory for a over the market price. Because if you're gonna buy a lot or a collection, and if you're buying the collection for 95% of what the whole collection comps for, when you come to resell it, it's going to be really hard for you to either break even or make profit because whatnot's going to take their fees. You're going to take their cuts. You got to have shipping costs. You're going to have all these fees are going to add up. So the biggest thing is you want to be able to lower your overhead. And when you lower your overhead, biggest thing is competitive pricing. When you get your quality inventory, you want to make sure that you're getting it at a price in which you can resell it at a competitive price too, and kind of lower your risk, if that makes sense. So we talked about quality inventory and competitive pricing. The next one I want to go into is engaging with your live stream, right? So you got to think about it. Whatnot is a platform. It's a live streaming platform, right? You have to have some type of personality. I'm not saying be fake or don't be yourself, but honestly, just be yourself on stream. Engage with the people that are coming in and inquiring about cards, talking about cards, know about the sport, talk about the sport, current events that are going on in the sport. Biggest thing is engage with your stream. You have to have this rapport with the members in your community or the people coming in to buy cards, because no one wants to come in here and be like, if I'm just selling cards and I'm like, all right, next card, buy this card. Okay, cool. All right, next card. I got this card here. Buy this one. It's up for $1. That no one wants to see that. They want energetic. They want to feel like they're involved in something, right? So you have to have some type of engaging stream. talk with people, have little breaks, engage with people. Don't put people off unless like people are kind of being weird and putting stuff in the chat that you don't want to publicize. Again, if like someone's saying some inappropriate stuff in chat, the biggest thing is they're trying to get a reaction. So you don't want to engage in that kind of stuff. But engage with your community, so to speak, and it'll make it a better experience for yourself because you're not just sitting here talking to your screen, and it'll make a better environment for the people that are inside your stream as well too. So engaging with the stream, that's a big thing too, because that one, engaging with your live stream, is going to be hand in hand. I should have kind of put these in order next to each other, but engaging with your live stream is going to go hand in hand with building community. Building your community, if you're not engaging, building rapport with the people that are coming through, buying cards in your stream, stuff like that, you're never going to build a community. The biggest thing is building this community to where you guys can share like interest on the hobby, right? So you're going through, you guys are all collecting cards, either football, basketball, this, looking for the next hot rookie, looking for the next big thing. The biggest thing is you want to be able to like build and share this with the people that are in your stream and stuff like that. It's okay, like reach out to them, go message them, stuff like that, talk to them, ask them how they're doing, genuinely ask people how they're feeling, how their day was and stuff like that. Like, just don't be in it for the money. That's never going to get you anywhere. So I would say the biggest thing is you want to be able to engage in your live streams and build your community. And with that is going to come trust. You're going to build the trust with the people because they understand, they trust you. You're sending your packages off. You're not just throwing your packages with no top loaders and penny sleeves in a box and destroying people's cards. Like, you're going to build trust with taking care of the cards. Once someone buys them, my mindset is this: when someone buys a card from my stream, the biggest thing is that card is no longer my card. So I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that card gets to the person that bought it as safely as possible. Like, I put so much time and effort into my shipping because at the end of the day, once that payment goes through, that card's no longer mine, and I need to make sure that I'm taking care of that card for my, I'm going to say customer, but the person that bought the card, if that makes sense. And the next thing we're going to go back is bullet point number 4. That's going to be clear descriptions and visuals. What I mean by that is the biggest thing is if you're posting cards that aren't for auction, make sure the description is correct, right? Like, if I'm doing this and it's not something that is being seen on my live stream, in my description, I need to make sure that this says Caleb Williams rookie orange disco prism 2024. Make sure it's clear, not just put like Caleb Williams card orange. Like, make sure it's a clear representation of the card that you're willing to sell, because off live, if you have a marketplace, you want them to know like what card that is without having them go into you or eBay and stuff like that and doing the legwork to figure out what card that is. And then visuals too. The big thing is make sure you have good lighting. The biggest thing is, like, if you have terrible lighting, like, you're not gonna be able to see like the eye appeal of most cards. Like, you won't be able to see like how good the card looks, right? So like, if I have no lighting or if I'm in a bad spot, then if this card just is like this, like, oh yeah, it's a Caleb or it's a Jalen Wright honeycomb, it doesn't look as good as like if I'm in here and like I'm showing you the card with good lighting and it pops and like someone's like, oh shoot, that card's really nice, right? So the biggest thing is visuals. You want to make sure that you have really good lighting and you're in a position to make sure your card is resembling the best possible at that time, right? Like, you want to make sure that it looks the best and it pops off for the people looking in your stream and stuff like that. So with that, we hit all the bullet points. We went over, getting quality inventory, engaging with your live stream, how that goes hand in hand with competitive pricing, or engaging live stream goes hand in hand with building community, and competitive pricing goes hand in hand with quality inventory. And then just make sure clear descriptions and visuals for your cards, just so you can put yourself in the best position possible to sell or move those cards to the next person. And then I do have a notable and honorable mention up here. The biggest thing is know your audience, right? So when you first start off, there's gonna be a limited amount of people in your stream and stuff like that. You got to know that, and the biggest thing is sports, right? Don't set up a stream where you're selling football sports cards, but your main focus is baseball, basketball, and soccer, because you're not going to be able to engage with the right audience at that time, right? So make sure you're setting your streams accordingly to the audience that you're trying to reach. And with that, the price range, right? So the biggest thing is if you only have a couple people in your stream and you're doing $1, $2, $3 auctions, stuff like that, but your inventory is, you know, 10 to 15 or $20 range, and you only have a couple people in your stream and you're selling $15 to $20 cards at $2-3 starts, and they're only going for 10-15 bucks, you're not going to put yourself in a position to where this can be a perpetual cycle where you can keep moving on, getting more inventory, and doing this as I don't know, building up your PC, or if you're trying to do it for a business, you're not going to put yourself in the position to continue to do that. And then with that too, knowing your audience is, do they want raw cards or do they want slab cards? Are they resellers? Are they repackers that want slab cards to put into repacks or into a pull box? Or are they looking for a raw card at a price which you're selling at, so they can themselves go and get it graded by PSA, SGC, stuff like that, so then they can resell it. So kind of know your audience and kind of cater to both. Don't just have slabs, don't just have raw, kind of have like a nice mixture between the two. And I guess I should have went over this at the very beginning. My Whatnot stats, like I said, I'm not a professional at all. I've been kind of like pushing for the past, I don't know, maybe 2 months, 3 months. I only stream 1 time a week, so my sales are kind of flawed a little bit. But the biggest thing is 5.0 rating. I make sure that the cards that I'm selling are good quality. They're not damaged. If they are, I try not to sell any damaged cards, but if they are damaged, I say over and over and over and over and over, this corner is damaged, this has this, it's a print line, stuff like that. I let them know before the auction goes on that is the card that they're bidding on. And then with that too, Whatnot stats, we have 2.9K followers and we have 2K sales. So like I said, I'm not saying that I am a professional at doing this. I just wanted to relay the information on what and how I found success selling cards on Whatnot. So yeah, we went over kind of the hot points. If you guys would like, we're on Whatnot here, Own the Deck. We have an Instagram, Own the Deck, eBay, Own the Deck, and here on YouTube, we're trying to grow this community. My son and I kind of do some cool stuff here. We do like pack battles and stuff like that. So if you are interested in stuff like that, please give us a sub and follow us for more content. But with that being said, man, that's my 5 main bullet points I would like to give to the next person to see if this would help them build their Whatnot following and help them. The biggest thing is we're all in this together, man. This community, this hobby needs positivity, and I feel like me giving you guys this kind of information from the start will help you grow and kind of put the best foot forward. So with that being said, man, I appreciate you guys as always. If you guys could like, subscribe, comment down below if you found this helpful at all. Until next time, we'll catch you. Peace.